Have you ever felt like someone is watching you, even when you're completely alone? Or heard your name whispered in the dead of night by someone you've never met? Welcome to Horror Story, the channel where real fear finds a voice. In today's terrifying true story, we dive deep into the chilling experience of Ria, a UPSC aspirant who thought she was just moving to a new PG in Delhi's famous Old Rajendra Nagar. What she didn't know was that something, or someone, was already waiting for her. A woman she never saw, a name she never shared, and it always started at 12:45 a.m. Stay till the end, because this is not just another ghost tale. It's a year-long psychological horror that may still be following her. Hit that subscribe button, turn off the lights, if you dare, and let's begin. Remember the last time when you have felt like someone is watching you, even if there was no one present. The last time when you heard knocks and felt no one around. This won't be the easiest delulu for sure for many, and a similar thing happened with me, but not just once for a matter. For whole 1 year in Delhi's UPSC hub, Old Rajendra Nagar. Hi, I am Ria, and I lived once in ORN for UPSC preparation from 2023 to 2024. Horror was not something I believed, but little did I know that this thing would also happen with me. This was the time when UPSC coaching ideally started the foundation batches. From June month, I shifted to ORN and took a PG very near to the metro station. I was happy as it was just at a 5-minute distance to all the nearby coachings. My room was single, but as it was very costly, I thought to switch it to double sharing room. Just in a matter of 4 days, my roommate arrived. She was Bengali. Her name was Kalpana. I thought that I have never been with a person from East, so this might be a little tough for me. Being a Rajasthani, my parents were concerned how will I adjust. But as time passed, I and Rumi became very good friends. We would chit-chat, laugh, gossip, and study together. Time passed by. Everything seemed normal. Till that one night. It was about 12:45 a.m. to be precise. In the late October month, Delhi was prepping itself for the winters, and I and my roommate were sleeping. Suddenly, we both heard someone scratching our back door. Our PG room was small, but it had a gallery door. Behind that door, it was just broken marbles and cement. Nothing was more than that, so there was no chance anyone could come from back. At 12:45 a.m., we felt as if someone was scratching it with nails and trying to open our lock. I and my roomie became very tensed. We thought that there might be some robber or something. But the main question was, how can someone come from that side, as that side was super packed, and it was only bricks everywhere. It was gated, so no person could enter from the back. Our faces grew pale, and we were shit scared. Then after 5 minutes, the noise stopped. We also convinced ourselves to not overthink, and we both slept again. Then, as days passed, this incident became more of a nightmare that has to be forgotten than a real incident. We both had almost forgotten it, but after a fortnight again, exactly 12:45 a.m., we heard the same screeching voice. I shouted and panicked. My heart stopped beating for a second. I was so tense that what is happening, that my roomie started convincing me again to not overthink and sleep might be some animal. But I became very cautious, and every night out of fear, I started keeping a Hanuman Chalisa under my pillow while sleeping. Days passed, things became normal, and then one day, I was coming from the coaching to the PG. The door was usually locked, but today it wasn't. When I opened the door, I saw my roommate's side was cleared. She left the PG. I was disheartened. It was just 2 hours later, she left that room and I again heard that noise. The same screeching voice on the back door. This time I was alone. My mind was questioning multiple things, but I still with bravery slept. At exactly, I remember 3:30 a.m., I felt someone pushed me from the bed, and my hand just got a bruise. I started crying in the middle of the night and called my friends. They said me to clean my face and just relax and sleep. The moment I went to the washroom to clean my face, I saw scratches on my neck which were bleeding badly. I panicked. I thought it might be black magic on me, and multiple thoughts came inside my head. Belonging from a super conservative family, if I would have told my mother or father, they would have said me to come back. So I in fear called my friends, at least they would understand. Nobody believed me, and I felt alone at that point. They all gave me excuses like some insect could have done it. You might have had a bad dream and scratched yourself in sleep. I was disheartened that why anyone is not believing me. There was something I felt in that room, something really spooky. I remember for one whole year I never switched off lights there because once when I did, I felt as if a woman is sitting just on the next bed and watching me. I exactly remember a black shadow at my parallel bed where Rumi used to sleep. Every day was like a horror movie for me, but only because the owner was nice and supportive, I couldn't convince my parents to leave, as they thought that in Delhi it's hard to find a good landlord. So I never told them what is happening in my room, and I think it was my worst mistake. I lived day and night in horror. My health deteriorated. I remember even if I skipped a day to keep Hanuman Chalisa, I would see visions of a woman. I have never seen her in my life, but that woman would always come in my dream when I didn't keep the Chalisa and tell me that she won't spare me. She will kill me and my family too. I was shit scared, so I went to Jandawala temple. I thought that something will improve, until that one day which led me leave that PG. This was in March 2024. Prelims fear was in the air. Everyone was preparing for prelims. I too was one of them. So late night study became a common habit to wrap up my static portion. But one such night made me leave that PG forever. It was exactly 1:15 a.m. I was into deep meditative study. I remember I was studying art and culture Buddhism topic that I felt someone saying my name at the back door. The name she was quoting was my nickname, Renew. Renew, first slowly and softly, and then in rampant aggressive voice, Renew, and started screeching on the back door. I was out of my brain cells that day. I felt for a second to open the door and see who the hell is this woman who knows my nickname. I started crying and prayed to God to protect me. She kept saying my name in her old voice for next 3 minutes, and trust me, they were the longest minutes of my life. I didn't sleep the whole night, and next day I left the PG. God knows who was the evil entity there. She made it obvious that anyone who came in her room leave it. After that, I got to know that PG is closed forever because no person wanted to come there. I too shifted to another place. Until today, whenever I shift to a new place, I get those glimpses of horror. You never know who has presided before you, so watch it. That room changed me forever. I walked in as a skeptic and walked out never being able to sleep in the dark again. Some scars don't show. They whisper, they follow, they call your name in the middle of the night. If you've ever felt something watching you from the dark, you're not alone. Thank you for watching this terrifying true story on Horror Story. If this sent chills down your spine, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another nightmarish tale. And tell us in the comments, have you ever experienced something that no one else believed? Until next time, keep the lights on and always trust that feeling in your gut.